What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are in Without a Doubt. That's Act 8 1.8.1.5. We are taking the Cosmic Fracture path. So, Cosmic attackers, light attacks, they have a 50% chance to armor break. It's also got Scrap Wars, Dress Code, and Crumbling Armor. So dress code, you just need an armor up to stop them from being passively unblockable. So that's, as you can see, I don't have an armor up, but they have just got one now. So the passive unblockable disappears. So I thought, you know what, let's have some fun. We bring in Terax and let's do some damage because he was my first 7-star ever, and I just recently duped him. So I thought, yeah, you know what, why not? He's basically a tank. So yeah, I hate fighting Punisher 2099. Oh, he's a tricky guy to fight sometimes, and you take a lot of block damage. And I'm surprised I'm able to dex his SPs, because recently I've been struggling to dex some of his SPs, especially his SP1. He's so quick. I don't know, for some reason I get smacked by it all the time. But yeah, I mean, Terex does decent damage. I don't know why people hate on him so much. I can only guarantee that he's probably going to be even a little bit better if you do go with some synergies or not. But yeah, we push him to an SP3, which it wasn't intended, but we did it any which way. We thought we'd just tank that. That was a sneaky little heavy that he tried to get me with over there. That yeah, he thought he was going to get me stunned, but not today, son. Not today. Should be able to finish this out with this SP2 from the heavens. 46,000 crit, not bad, not bad. And that's him down, first fight. Moving on to Havoc. You know what, talking about Havoc, the solo Colosseum has been driving me nutty. It has been a grind and a half, and I don't really, like, how many game modes in the game do we need that has to be so grindy? Like, doesn't make sense. And we're playing a horrible Scream game over here. I thought we were going to be able to just do the normal Scream rotation with the heavy auto block, medium, heavy auto block until we get to 1 SP1 on Havoc. And then we do medium lights until we get to our SP2. But unfortunately, the rotation was thrown out the window very fast in this fight. So please forgive me for playing Scream so horribly bad. I actually play out quite often in Alliance Quest as well, so I'm quite used to fighting with her, but something just threw me off this path. We do some damage, not the damage I was expecting, but yeah. Havoc, at least Havoc is a relatively easy fight. I don't necessarily see him as too much of a threat. It's just that SP1 sometimes they can catch you off guard, and if he heavies you and then you start ticking away, and detonations start happening. But yeah, I mean, this path is actually quite easy. As long as you got that armor up on you, you should be fine on this path. So just ensure if you do go into this path in the future, or are planning on taking this path, just make sure you got someone that's got armor buffs immediately, because you don't want to be dealing with a passively unblockable defender. And we get clipped by the SP2. Fortunately, we had that armor up, or else we would have probably been dead there. We lacking on our dexes a little bit in this path, but such is life. We can't play perfect all the time. And the last SP2 to take him down. I almost said easy game, easy life, but yeah, that wasn't the easiest fight. Going for Gilly 2099, also another person I don't really like fighting too often because of her invisibility. So you just gotta make sure that you just knock her down immediately. Just keep knocking her down. See, I had to stop my rotation over there just to knock her down so she doesn't go invisible. But that's also one thing I hate about fighting Gilly 2099 is that power drain. So I can't get to my SP2. So yeah, this fight I think we're just gonna have to take it easy. This is the second time I'm fighting with Scream, and the rotation is shot. It's gone out the window. Hopefully we can get to this SP2. Not a lot of damage as usual. Should have had a lot more armor breaks on her, but such is life. Such is life. As long as she's not going invisible, I'm happy. But yeah, I actually enjoy Scream. I'm actually hoping that I can pull her very soon out of the 7-star pool. Um, Scream is phenomenal, phenomenal. I'm sure you guys already all know that, but yeah, I really enjoy Scream's rotation. She's got so many different matchups that she can take, as well as if you're just trying to speedrun a fight, like she's she's ridiculous for that. I mean, look at the damage, it's gone, bye bye. So yeah, big advocate for Scream. Super happy about that. Now this is pre-buff. What's it? Pre-buff Thor Rags. I just thought I'd bring in my boy T-Rex because he's shock immune. So we don't really care about his SP3. We don't really care about his rotation. We're just trying to do as much damage as possible, which currently we are doing some decent damage. Actually like his little tornado that goes around T-Rex. I forget what that ability is called, but yeah, it's actually quite cool. You can do some passive damage just by being close to the champ. So yeah, I don't know why people hate on T-Rex. T-Rex is actually quite cool. Actually enjoy playing with him. That's why I brought him into this path as well, because he's a tank. Look, just indestructible, take the hits. You know what I mean? And it's because I don't have that armor up anymore that he's unblockable. So yeah, such is life. Just gotta keep pushing through. Now we take a SP3 to the face here, but we're not really worried about any shocks. We can just push to our SP2, see if we can do some serious damage to him now after this. Now, I'm not sure if I bait out the SP2 over here first, because he's got that power gain, but I don't mind taking another SP3. He doesn't really do much damage to me. You can see he's in panic mode right now, stuck in the corner. Got to use his SP3 to get out, but I'm indestructible, so it's not an issue. T-Rex is actually quite clutch. And that heavy, especially when you're in that mode, in his armor breaking modes, that heavy does serious damage. So yeah, T-Rex did the job, and I think that's it for T-Rex on this path, if I'm not mistaken. He did his job, that's for sure. Now Guardian, yeah, I definitely just thought, let's take Hulkling. We can just hit into his auto block and get our pierces up and do some serious damage. We don't start off with an armor up at all, so he is passively unblockable right now, but it's not really too much of a train smash. Hulkling's got that regen on. Unfortunately, his SP1 doesn't do too much damage either, so that's quite cool. So yeah, we throw SP2. Probably should have built up Hulkling a little bit more, but we're just trying to do some damage. Get those pierces up. If we can get to an SP2, this man's dead. And we're doing massive damage through his block, so that's exactly why I brought this guy in. That was probably the quickest fight on this whole path. Hulkling for the win. Hulkling OP. Now this next fight, probably should have played it a little bit better, but such is life. Nightcrawler, and I'm not 100% sure what was the changes to Nightcrawler. I need to actually go and do some research on him, because it's not the first time I'm fighting him, trying to get him into swashbuckling, and it's like you gotta do something different. Back in the day, it was like just bait him to hold block, but now all of a sudden you see that he turned into swashbuckling. So I'm not 100% sure how this guy actually changes his modes now, which was a critical mistake in this fight. But at least he's in swashbuckling, but we're still getting hit. He goes unblockable over there, and we just did. Scream down, mayday, mayday. But two can play that game, so we bring in Serpent over here. Now Serpent, Got him. I just recently pulled him as a 7-star, so we haven't really ranked him up as yet. Will happen very soon. But yeah, my 6-star has been ranked up for quite a while, so and he does work, you know what I mean? So can't really complain over there. Nightcrawler, fortunately, because he's such an old champ, I'm still used to a lot of his animations. So I try not to go in for the full 5 combo most of the time. It does happen from time to time where I forget, but at least we've still got our ease evades of Balin, so that shouldn't be an issue for us. And we've got him in the corner so we can do some additional damage to him with our SP2 as well. And I'm glad whenever they did buff or change Nightcrawler, they didn't change his specials, because his specials are very easy to evade. As we ramp up Serpent here a little bit, we're starting to do a little bit more damage. Got him in the corner, getting some additional red numbers over there. Although those red numbers were a little bit small. Not a train smash. And for a 6-star, he's still hitting quite decently hard as well, so quite happy with that. I think we're just going for the kill over here. So I'm not trying to take a SP3 to the face again. And that's Nightcrawler down. That's most of the path down, in fact. I think that was the last fight of the path, and then we go on to the boss. Yes, correct. Now here, the brain was thinking, you know what, T-Rex is low, we might as well get another champion here. I'm not trying to use revives, even though every single day I have revives expiring and then I have to sell them, because majority of the time I'm not in a path that requires me to use revives. So yeah, we throw in Rinthra. Yeah, I actually enjoy playing Rinthra. I play him quite often. 6-star and 7-star is both ranked up, and I use them in all different game modes. Even solo raids, I love using him. So yeah, Rinthra for the win. Super big tank, man. If you can just get in the corner and just get those roots up, yeah, it's literally an easy game. Does some ridiculous damage, especially in solo raids. It's like you can get some seriously like a few mil crits, and it makes solo raids so easy. But yeah, against Hercules, you see, not really even worried if he hits us or anything, because that unstoppable is really negating a lot of the damage. But I actually do struggle to keep him in the corner. You can see this guy keeps pushing me back. So we use the SP3, try get him back into that corner, and then use the 5 lights or 4 light combo, light ending combo to get the root. But yeah, this guy just keeps pushing me out the corner. Just doesn't want to play ball. So we'll force him to play ball, you know what I mean? I don't know how we came out the root so fast there. I might be missing something there, but such is life. This SP2 does not crit, but it does some decent damage, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Hercules, I don't know, like everyone was ranting about him when he came out and saying that he's like, I don't see, like, I guess I've seen some decent videos with Hercules, but for me it's like he's not a scary defender at all. You just gotta get him to not hit you when he's in his immortal mode, right? But yeah, that SP3 takes us out, which was a big mistake on our behalf, but I mean, it's not the first time we've done that on this path, because we're just trying to get through it as fast as possible. I will say also, yeah, we bring in Serpent for the rest of this fight, but I will say I had 3 other paths to complete in this chapter, and I recorded all 3 of them, and somehow my recordings did not save. And those were some of the most fun paths in the chapter. So I'm actually quite bummed that those recordings failed. That's why now and then you'll see me always, well, you don't actually see it now, I've edited it out, but yeah, usually I have to always double check my recordings are still running, because yeah, I lost 3 paths recordings, so that would have been 3 videos But yeah, we move on. We move on. We're very close to Hercules Immortal mode. The two can play their game because Serpent has got his as well. So fortunately, we do have that safety net to keep us alive in case we do take another SP3. Yeah, we just literally just gotta stay away from him a little bit. Using our SP3 to buy some time, or SP2 to buy some time. And we get smacked straight in the face. Can't swipe back. But we just keep pushing him back. And that's Hercules down. So that's this path done. And we're on to our last path after this. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.